Ghost, Etc. is a graphic novel collecting 3 short stories by Philadelphia illustrator George Wylesol to be released by Avery Hill Publishing in May of 2017. Hey comic book junkies, it's the Frog Queen here, and today I'm coming at you with another comic book review. I'm doing something a little different. Obviously, I'm sitting on my couch. The reason for this is a spider. A spider that is the size of a dog. In my usual sitting area, and Reptar the gecko is doing 0 about the spider, and I just didn't feel like being around it, and I didn't want to kill it because it eats the silverfish. Anyway, we live really close to the water, so we have insects, and because we live in like an older historic property, it's got old wood and apparently old giant insects at any rate. Doing this on my couch. The first story reminds me of the visual instructions you get on an airplane, the ones that tell you to stay calm and put on the oxygen mask while the plane plummets to the ground. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. It's a really ominous story, and not even because it has the word ghosts in the title, of course, but because the panels are completely devoid of any image of the narrator for the most part. Someone is telling you a story, but you can't see them. They're talking directly at you, but you only get to see the images of what they imagine or what they're currently looking at, what they're describing, and it appears to me that it's actually about the distorted reality one gets when being alone for too long and what isolation can do to your senses. While the second story has some of the most bizarre imagery, what's rather crazy is that looking at this story, one could assume that perhaps the illustrator can't draw. That, however, isn't the reality. He's actually really, really good. I looked at his website, and he can draw nearly anything. But there's a rawness here and an intentional laziness with coloring that makes me wonder if it's intended to represent the memories of a child and the odd way our brains interpret things as we age. And in all seriousness, this next image is going to haunt my nightmares. The final story reminds me exactly of some pet project, kind of zine art projects, which isn't bad. I'm pretty sure it's just about doing drugs in a small town at your local corner store, but maybe I'm just projecting my own youth onto this story. A little bit. All in all, this is a really interesting quick read. Each story has a completely different art style, and if you check out Wylesol's page, that's exactly what you see. He's a designer and illustrator, so he plays with style, ultimately, I gather. If you want to learn more and are curious about the work of George Wylesol, you can check out his website, wylesol.com, where he has previews of some of his other stories and other artwork and designs. Oh my god, is that ghost thing that was in the story? Huh. Never mind. It's just a tea towel. See, that gag will make a lot more sense if you read the story.